On the table today at Squirrel Stampede, we are ripping into an all-new Beyblade, Beyblade X, a 4th generation, 25 years of Beyblade on the table. I picked up the new Xccerated Xtreme Battle Arena to test out. We are going to see some awesome Beyblade action today. There's going to be some major hits, some major spinning, and some major throwing up. Hopefully not throwing up. We've got an assortment of all new Beyblade spinners for Series X here. Ooh, I like the green one. Is it candy? Is it candy? I know I'm typically a Bakugan guy, right? I really like Transformers, but wait a second, Beyblade is Hasbro. Optimus Prime is Hasbro, so shouldn't I have been a Beyblade fan all along? My mind is all squirreled up. Then again, for anime, I don't often watch Beyblade or Bakugan. It's all about One Piece, so I don't know what I'm doing. So follow along as we check out a full new series of Beyblade X, check out some spinners, look at some ratchets, and break some bits.
Squirrel Stampede!
Please like,
Share! And Squirrel Live!
This is the Beyblade X Xtreme Battle Set Arena. If the squirrels are getting back into Beyblade, you gotta have an arena, or your battling spinning tops are gonna fly right under the refrigerator. Oh darn. Or right under the buffet cabinet. Oh darn. Or right under the couch. Oh shoot. Or right under the bed. Oh darn. Or right under the hallway door. Oh darn. Or right under the washing machine. Really? Or right under the shower. How did it even get in there? Or right under the car. Not out here too. Ugh. Yeah, you can set up some books on a tabletop, jimmy up an arena in a small corner of a room, but still, you gotta have them kind of guided into one another for the clashing battles. I did have a neighbor once who made a sick arena with a bottom catch tray for his water heater. Worked pretty well, but I think when it all comes down to material-wise, you might as well just pick up the arena first, and the value there is there, as you get a couple spinning tops, which usually run about $10 a piece, and then you've got an official built arena for play. In the long run, it's the way to go. Spinning tops included Dagger Dran 460R and Tusk Mammoth 360T. Okay, I'm all on Tusk Mammoth's team. Is there a mammoth squirrel? What's with the 460R and 360T? Is this like a WD-40 thing? There is a lot of tech and lore with Beyblade that I just don't know. I always join in at the novice stage, but wow, you can go all the way up to professional. Guess that's why Beyblade's been around for 25 years now. And so with this 4th generation modern Beyblade X design, we've got spinning tops that have once again been analyzed, redesigned, modernized, laser cutted, squirrel tested, acorn spunage, and we've got new pieces and parts to how they build. New box, large, and in charge. What is in here? I'm hoping for just a nice straightforward arena this time. No super tricks or actions, just straightforward Beyblade arena bowl play. Wait a second, it's a cake. There's a cake inside. Oh no, wait, that's the arena. This is the Beyblade X Arena 2024. And a few extra parts, plus our spinning tops. I see the first thing we are needing to do is level this up a little bit, remove the tray and rotate, and have this thing set so it's a little higher up, providing more room for battlage. Bag of clips, and these should simply pimply lock down in place somehow. It's really interesting how simple and lightweight these arena structures are, but typically I've had pretty good luck over the years. They last pretty well as long as you don't fall on it sumo style. Oh! With this build, there's an interesting new track design going geared style around the perimeter. I wonder what that is going to do. I think there's a couple spots down in here to store a Beyblade or maybe knock one out into a timeout corner. The warning labels, of course, in every language. Do not lean over stadium when tops are in play. They may fly out like a squirrel and get you in the eye. So arena setup is easy and takes seconds to do. What's next? Meet the new Beyblades, I guess. Oh, we've got a blue one, must be Dagger John. Ooh, kind of a translucent blue with 3 stages and parts to these now. Tusk Mammoth in fuchsia. Also a couple ripcords, of course, and our new simple and the new basic Beyblade X launchers. So far I've tested a little bit with these and they are gnarly. Dagger Drown here with pieces of toppage. I feel like with this 4th generation, they've really done some nice upgrades. First of all, it's just the look, right? Look at that shiny metal perimeter. Your character disc inside protected by a little bit of an acrylic graphic in there. A translucent blue gives it that nice ice glowiness. I forgot all the factions to this. I'm more Bakugan, so yeah. But I like all the colors. I tried to pull each color this time in this review. On the reverse side, we've got a code too. You can scan in and there is some sort of app play for your friends, so that's pretty neat. But the structure of the main top is all in one this time, and I feel like it's going to be a little stronger than what we had saw last time. Last time I fumbled a little bit with the outer rings popping off from these central rings, and I had some trouble, but I feel like they've streamlined a little bit better. And here's our middle attach it ratchet for Dran 460. The design here feels pretty basic inside, but I feel like it holds stronger. We still have our left and right. We can kind of rotate this for left or right user launchers, so that kind of helps you out if you're lefty or righty. And I can see it better on this side. You can see the L and the R there, and you just line them up with the arrows. Am I a righty, Barry? I can't remember. I think I'm a righty. So we get that clicked into place, then we throw it on or underneath our top, and then you give it a rotate to the left, clicking it and locking it in tight. Although I believe all the Beyblades we are using today are right rotation spinners, so it may not matter. And then we take our R bit and jam it into the ratchet. So I'm feeling it's a little less clunky than Beyblade Burst or the previous 3rd generation Beyblade, which I only kind of squirreled around with a few times. It'll be interesting what you guys think, if you're liking the new generation or not. I do really like the new naming and characters so far. I mean, Tusk Mammoth, heck yeah. And I really like how there's a graphic of them inside. Before you kind of had the Beyblade, the design was kind of in the full thing. And we still have some dragon pieces in the metal here, but to have an identifying icon in the middle really kind of strengthens the look of the top, doesn't it? As for modifying, mixing, and matching, I don't know how much these extra elements here are going to change things. This feels so far standardized, but I haven't looked really closely. Got to get a calipers out, I guess, and measure it. And let's see if we can get this snapped in. Before it was really easy, and a twist to the left locks it in. And for our basic launchers here, we're just going to take, I think you pull your cord in first. There's a nice little arrow on the side here to give you the direction of where to go. Place in and then rotate left again, counterclockwise. I felt a click and it is now securely attached. So you might play around with this and find the best way for you. Sometimes there's going to be some differences. And there it goes. Why is it so off balance? Oh, I forgot the most critical part. Usually they fly up in a weird direction, so that was funny. How did I do that? Okay, so locking it down counterclockwise, it is stuck in there. We'll give it a light pull. We'll give it a light pull. And there we go. And it goes, ouch, right to me. Busting off all my fingernails. You can see right here why I recommended the arena to start with, because even a nice flat table surface will send these guys into directions you just don't know. It's hard to have them battle each other when they're going in complete different opposite directions. Like right now they're going down because my table is slightly angled down. But with the arena, it forces everything into the center bowl and then you get an actual battle. And so really now we just need to set up our first battle. If the Spin Fruit and the Quokka are finished with their disagreements. Oh, and I shouldn't make fun of the warnings too much because this can get a little violent. They are made of metal, so you do want to follow some of the safety ideas. Like making sure to launch about 8 to 20 centimeters above the arena so it doesn't bounce back into you. Give yourself some space with a friend. I stress never reach inside to grab a top once they're spinning. They will really rack your knuckles. And I like this one. Don't continue the battle outside of the arena. These two guys obviously did not like the results. So be a good friend and a fair sport. And finally, don't peer inside the arena like a fish tank. If you put your face in there, it could bounce out and really cut you. Other than that, you just gotta go 3, 2, 1, let it rip. So let's just do a test run with one and see how this performs. Gotta go with my friend Tusk Mammoth first. Again, launch about 8 inches from the height of the arena and see what happens. Amazing. By itself, it's like a well-oiled machine. Listen to the hum of the Beyblade. That's soothing. I could fall asleep to that sound. 3 hours later. So now I'm gonna try to drop in 2 at once here or in succession until I find a helper to help me with this one. Let's just see what happens with one after the other. Tiny Chipmunk, don't drop your armor into the bowl, please. Let's try that again. Oh, and yeah, don't reach inside. If you have to, try like slowing it down with maybe your top spinner and then grabbing it and then having your fingers ripped off. Okay, Tiny, keep that metal rib cage on, please. 3, 2, 1. 4, 5, 6. There they go, there they go. Oh, this is entertaining. Interesting. Mammoth wins. Mammoth takes the win in spin. Even though Mammoth went first, I thought maybe Mammoth would run out of energy. So if you're by yourself, you can kind of still get this to function. So ways of play, if I get this right. If you're the last one to stop spinning, that's a point, so Mammoth won that round. If you knock someone out of the ring, and in this arena, there's only 2 locations to get knocked out, here on this corner and up in that corner. These corners are closed. So those are knockout zones. The rest is contained. You do not want your Beyblades knocking out into your face. And that is 2 points. For 2 more points, if you burst apart, I believe that would probably be much more common with Beyblade Burst. I'm not sure if the new structure design is going to burst apart as easily. And for an extreme finish knockout, oh, there is 1 more location to get knocked out I did not see. Back on this side, in between the 2 corners, there's a location right under here to get knocked out under. That would be really difficult. You'd have to fly up and over this ridge, whereas these have less of a ridge to be knocked on. Knocked on. Knocked in. Knocked. As per this green gear I was wondering about, that's actually your accelerator rail for X-dashing. So when the gears of the Beyblade bit and accelerator rail meet, super acceleration X-dash activates somehow. Must just knock, snap, violently spin them into motion maybe. So the arena has plenty of fun tricks in store for ultimate Beyblade sport. So let's test out 1 more arena battle and then we'll check out the advanced string launcher and a couple more Beyblades. Ah-ha-ha! So that time Dagger Duran got the win, but did go in second, so probably had extra energy. I'll find a helper in just a minute so we can have some more fair battles. So before I filmed this video, I picked up this one, the Scythe Incendio. Did I get that right? 460T. I was really curious of the new structure of the tops. This one looked really gnarly with a flaming red skull. And then I wanted to try and find a color of each. So we've got a yellow Arrow Wizard, 480B, and a green Helm Knight, 380N. Plus I also wanted to find a more deluxe launcher with Solar Phoenix 960GF. What is with these names? So usually if you get really into Beyblade, you want a more advanced launcher. Packaging has been really tops with these. Oh no! Sorry about that. They give you all sorts of stats, so maybe we can try and figure that out. If this is a 960GF, there's your ratchet central clinker thing. How say it matches up with, say, Arrow Wizard 480B. You still have your top blade, then you've got your ratchet inside, and then you've got your bit at the bottom. And by looking at more of these, I can see some differences in the bits now. Not too much differences in the ratchets, a little bit on the perimeter there, and obviously some huge differences on the blade. So let's check out the Solar Phoenix. How do we get Phoenix out? This one feels a little more reminiscent to Beyblade Burst for me with the color there around the blade. Even though it looks cool, I think I prefer just the basic metal exposed because I have a feeling this is going to get chipped away slowly and slowly. Really nice Phoenix artwork on the front there, very Iron Man-like in the red and gold too. And so the more advanced Beyblade X string launcher. I don't believe I ever tested out a string launcher in Burst. Was there? Look at that. We've got a pull cord here. that will then spin your Beyblade into action. That's pretty nice, especially if you get tired of these plastic rip cords, trying to load them in, getting them set. This is always going to reset itself like a dog on a retractable leash. Very nice, and pretty good design too. I like that. Is there like a little window in there? I wonder what that means. White, black, white, black, black, white. Oh, anyway. So we'll launch this one in a second. Let's take a look at the other two that I found. Arrow Wizard. Arrow Wizard in a beautiful yellow. And I just noticed, if I took a moment and read the fine print, stamina type. I wonder if that goes with color. So stamina type, whereas Scythe here was balance type, and say Helm Knight here is defensive type. So that may help you out in choosing your Beyblade with what kind of technique you would probably like to employ, if that helps or not. Now, I wonder if there's an easier way into this packaging. They have the classic let it rip tag right there to pull out, thus destroying my Scythe packaging. This one I'm gonna go from below, see what happens. I like these boxes so much, I like keeping them clean. Ooh, Arrow Wizard, great names. Actually, what am I looking at here? Is that a fox? Maybe a flying squirrel? A bow and arrow? I'm having trouble seeing this one. I didn't realize this little center disc kind of rotates. This bit is similar to Scythe's, is it? I'm gonna have to start really remembering bits, aren't I? So if I could just figure out what this image is, I'll get back to you, but a good looking Beyblade. And the final Beyblade I picked up, defensive type Helm Knight 380N. Gotta admit, I'm really starting to like the numbers. I think I can go all Hank Hill and be like, hey Bobby, I see you got the Helm Knight 380N defensive type Beyblade there. I really wish they gave us a card, though, for all the stats. That would have been better than the back of the card getting torn up and ripped. Maybe perhaps the app will keep that in memory. They're like candy. I want to eat them. I need to go to the dentist. I can see Helm Knight. That is an awesome logo, maybe my favorite of today. Yeah, I love the new icons in the centers there. What do you think about those? And the bit on this one. Okay, whatever I did with this one, hope it works. So for me, as a Beyblader novice, I wanted to pick up a wide release of colors and styles to have at the ready. And most likely, unless I really get into the new show and find a character I really want to see, most likely this is all I'll really need for my collection. We'll see how that goes though, right? Yeah. But what I do like about Beyblade over Bakugan is you really only need a few tops and you're good. And so right now, adding these all up, I'm looking at a cost of about $100 for this set. $50 for the arena, $10 each for the singles, and $15 for the special string launcher. Throw in a little tax, we're looking at about $100 for this collection. That's not bad when you size it up, say, to a large Lego build or a collection of action figures. This being more of a game too could provide hours of entertainment. Okay, I found a helper, Ben Ultra 21. Let's rip a few battles now. Got everything set up. Let's start with a full power battle of Drown versus Mammoth. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. There they go. A little more power this time. But kind of just a draw to start us off. Let's try again. Let's try again with Drown versus Mammoth. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Way more power with Dran this time. That's a nice pull. Dran is hitting hard and gets the win. Alright, last round, Dagger Dran versus Tusk Mammoth. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Oh, almost a knockout for Mammoth. That might have been the Xccerated Rail launching Mammoth into Drown. Seemed like there was a spark of power there. But Drown is out. Win for Tusk Mammoth. Now Let's try Arrow Wizard versus Helm Knight. This is a defensive stamina battle. Testing out fortresses. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. And pretty much a draw on the first go. Round 2, 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Ooh, some more hits with this one. And a pretty solid win for Arrow Wizard. We're in an awkward position for heavy pulls, so we're not always getting the most power we want. Round 3, both very defensive. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Another draw, I would say. Round 4, 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Slow it down. Bye, knuckles. Round 5, 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Very strong pull on Knight. Look at Arrow just surveying the battlefield. And Arrow pulls the win. Much defense going on here. Let's try a new matchup. Red Skull Scythe versus Dran. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Why do we always draw on round 1? We always seem to draw round 1. Let's try a second round here. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Strong pulls by both. Big hit, skull wins. Almost knocks out Dran here if Dran was just oriented towards the corners, but they were oriented straight up and down. Almost got some knockouts. It's hard to get a knockout. Let's try the Fancy Phoenix, Soar Phoenix versus Helm Knight. That's a good color combo. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Whoa, Phoenix is next level. Look at her go. But she wears herself out. Knight wins. Knight survives for the win. Phoenix used so much power there, it just blew itself out. Let's try Phoenix versus Tusk Mammoth. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Lots of evasion. Phoenix again overextends itself and Mammoth wins. We gotta get Soar Phoenix locked down. Let's try Soar Phoenix with Red Skull Scythe. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Wow, Power Phoenix dominates. Powerful hits. Almost a side KO. Almost that extreme finish side KO. I just don't see we'll see that happening. Let's go back to Soar Phoenix versus Helm Knight. I like that matchup. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Yeah, Phoenix next level in power all over. But Knight once again survives the onslaught, saving its energy. Let's try these two again. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Alright, Phoenix is now throwing the punches hard. And rails, Helm Knight around the rail, slowing him down. There's not much he could have defended on that one. One more time, Soar Phoenix versus Helm Knight. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Oh, knockout! 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 Phoenix has knocked out Helm Knight. Finally, we see a knockout. I believe the reason we're not seeing as many knockouts as we could is, again, we're kind of in an awkward pole position on the table here. Maybe next time we'll set up a better setting so we can really give them some pulls. Really quick, we did not see Soar Phoenix on the deluxe string launcher just because again, we're kind of in a corner here. Yeah, wow, you can just hear the extra power, just the extra sling of the string just sends that one dominating. That would be fun to get a couple extra string launchers for battling. So there we go with our test setup with some Beyblade X battling. I would say a success for the day. These have been awesome. We have not seen any bursts. We were not able to break anything apart. Unlike Beyblade Burst from the previous generation, these are certainly solid. But maybe perhaps we go again someday. We'll go harder and we'll burst them a little bit. I'll keep an eye out for a few other Beyblade X tops if I see anything I really like. So there you go with the arena. It's been fun. These always entertain. There we go with Beyblade X. I had a pretty good time. I would say a level up over Beyblade Burst. I like the fact that they weren't flying apart as much and I didn't have to take as much time placing them back together. So I think that's a bonus with X. What do you think? If you liked today's video, please give us a squamment your new favorite Beyblade. And don't forget we have the Squirrel Stampede merch out there like t-shirts, water bottles, and a non-spinning plush Landry. Thank you so much for watching today. That's what I have to say about that. Now with Fear, he's clear.